What is going on YouTube? Jay here, back at it again with another smartphone that really caught my eye. This one is called the Doogee V30 Pro, and this was sent to me around November, believe it or not. This one in particular comes with a 200 megapixel main sensor. It has a 24 megapixel night vision sensor and a 16 megapixel ultra wide with macro capabilities as well. The front facing camera on this one is a 32 megapixel. It comes with the Dimensity 7050 chipset, which can hold 5G service, and it does have a Full HD 120 Hertz display, 6.58 inches. It comes with a total of 32 gigabytes of internal RAM. I mean, that is just mind-blowing if you guys think about it. It has 512 gigabytes of internal storage, and I believe the RAM is separated between two. I'm assuming that maybe one side is for the operating system and the other side is hopefully for multitasking, guys. It is IP68 certified, IP69K, and also has a MIL-STD A10H certification, and I think that's for what do you call that, shockproof maybe. I mean, I'm out of breath just trying to explain everything this thing comes with. So with that being said, guys, now we are finally ready here to do the initial unboxing of the Doogee V30 Pro. Wow, this thing is super heavy. I have my scale here in handy. This thing is 386 grams. Wow, guys, that's like almost twice the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And this is the camera module on the back side, guys. Again, the middle is that 200 megapixel main shooter. I believe on the top you have that 24 megapixel night vision camera and a 16 megapixel ultra wide with the flash. And also it looks to be some sensors down here, maybe for focus, I'm not sure yet. On the right side we get the power key. This is also a fingerprint scanner with the volume rockers up and down. Towards the top we have nothing here. Then on the left side we have what appears to be a custom button, is what they call it. Apple will call this an action button. We get the TF SIM card slot on the side. That's very nice. And towards the bottom we get USB Type-C with the main microphone. And no, we don't have a headphone jack on this particular device. So on the front here, guys, is where we have that 6.58 inch Full HD display. And check this out. I think I just peeled off the screen protector, but that's okay. That's the way I like it. This is the 32 megapixel front facing camera from Sony as well. And wow, let's go ahead and boot it up so that way we can take a look at the accessories, and leave this to the side for a second. Inside here we have the limited warranty with a screen protector. That's very sweet. We get the screen protector accessories, some booklets. This is the 33 watt charger, but it is not made for the USA, of course. I will have to get an adapter for that. This is a USB-C to USB-C type of cable, and inside here we have nothing more than just that, guys.
Much later.
We have now tested the Doogee V30 Pro for about a week and a half approximately, and I gotta say it is a decent phone all around. Not perfect, especially at this price point. Well, we can't really get very picky about it because of the fact that it already has things that I love about it, which one of them is the battery. That 10,800 power milliamp battery was able to give me almost a week of usage. I'm talking about almost 5 days in total. And that was, well, basically doing what I do on my smartphone, which is a whole bunch of social media, a whole bunch of game playing, text messages, just the standard stuff that I think we all do that with our smartphone. And this phone really impressed me, at least on the battery compartment. Now, with the camera, we know we have that 200 megapixel sensor camera, and it's able to capture amazing photos. We can't deny that, guys. This is definitely an improvement from any other rugged phone that I've ever seen. Now, if you compare this to flagship devices, well, it does lack a little bit of focus. We still have that issue where sometimes if you're shooting a video and you move the camera up and down, it changes the lighting quite dramatically and it doesn't stay focused very quickly. And these are just issues that I noticed through time, especially with Doogee, and I think that if they work with some of these small issues, they can make an excellent camera here, guys. This thing has a lot of potential, and even with the super night mode, well, you are able to capture pretty much amazing shots with no lights whatsoever. And to me, that's again a big improvement over other rugged devices that I've tested in the past. So on the camera department, I think you guys won't have an issue. Then we have this mode called night vision, and night vision, well, it does the job quite well, guys. They really meant it. This is not a gimmick. I took a picture inside of my garage in pitch dark conditions. I'm talking about like I couldn't even walk through it, and when I shot that picture, it was able to capture every single detail inside of my garage, and to me that's just mind-blowing. So yes, the camera here, even on the front-facing camera, I took a quick video of myself, of course, and I was able to just see how, you know, decent the quality is. It has autofocus as well, and yeah, it is just a pretty normal front-facing camera that shoots in decent quality, maybe because we have a SONY sensor. And yes, guys, like I said, on the camera department and the battery department, you won't have an issue whatsoever. I did perform a Antutu benchmark test, something that a lot of people don't do anymore because it has been taken out of the Play Store. Basically, now you have to download it directly from Google. And well, I still use it as a reference, and this is the score that I got. That's a solid mid-range score. So I'm assuming that this Dimensity 750 chipset is mainly for the 5G. It is not a flagship performer. However, guys, I was able to play games on it, like the Ospo 9 game here, and I didn't have any lags whatsoever. It was super smooth, and we do have a 120 hertz refresh rate here. So yes, things are looking quite nice when it comes to gaming, and with this battery, you can go a long way, guys. I'm talking about you can play games pretty much all the time and you won't have an issue with this device. Now, something that we also have here is the what I call the action button, and they call it the side key function, and you can pretty much customize this to whatever you want. In my case, I have it with YouTube and also the camera. So if I single press it, then it takes me directly to YouTube, and then I can just double press it even if YouTube is open, and it takes me directly into the camera module. As you guys can tell, I did try my service, which is Visible, and that's a service I use as a secondary option because it gives me an actual SIM card. My regular service is Verizon, but I have an eSIM on my phone and I can test it on these devices, and yes, it took it well. Now, I wasn't getting 5G service, I was getting 4G service, but I think that has to do mainly with the service and not the actual phone. This is in fact a 5G device, and the bands are supported here in the USA as well. We get also two separate partitions for the RAM. One has 20 gigabytes and the other one has 12 gigabytes. And this phone operates super smoothly thanks to that RAM, guys. I mean, you can multitask all day long. You don't have to kill the apps. This thing is quite phenomenal when it comes to multitasking, and well, it saves a lot of battery too. So even though we have a massive battery, they were gentle on it so that, or they optimize it so that it saves even more battery, and you can actually use this device thanks to the OTG capabilities. You can plug a USB-C and connect a USB-C device, and you can actually use this as a power bank as well. We know that it is water resistant, dust resistant, because it has the IP68 certification and the IP69K certification as well, and even the MIL STD810H certification, which is more like a shock-proof device. And yeah, this thing is quite solid. I put it underwater, I filled this container, and I left it there for at least a good 25 minutes, and it did survive. So yes, guys, I have to give credits to this company. They made a very solid phone. One thing I didn't like here about the Doogee V30 Pro is that even though we have a stereo speaker system and they are so-called hi-fi, they don't sound as good. Now, I do appreciate the fact that at least now they are on the front side and not on the back as we have seen it before. That makes quite of a difference. Keep in mind that even though we have a 120 Hertz display, it doesn't come activated out of the box. You have to go here into display settings, then you scroll all the way here to the bottom to where it says screen refresh rate, and then you had to set it up yourself. So we had 3 different options. We have 60 Hertz, 90 Hertz, and 120 Hertz. The phone doesn't come with any bloatware, which is quite surprising. Now, we don't have the option here for the app drawer, but I believe that with this UI, we can activate it on settings. I would just have to play with it a little bit longer. But yes, we don't have right now the app drawer. Everything is quite simple. Everything is quite clean. And so far, I haven't had any hiccups here with the system. Everything is nice and fluent. And yeah, I mean, for the price and for what you're getting here, guys, it does work quite nicely. Of course, we have activated here our fingerprint scanner. Now, I also did the face recognition, and for some reason, guys, the face recognition really sucks on this phone. It doesn't really recognize me unless I redo it all over again. Then after 2 or 3 days, let's say I'm sweaty or my hair looks different, whatever the case may be, it stops recognizing me. And I would just rather use the fingerprint. The fingerprint works just fine. So right here, I'm going to give you a quick demo. If I just place my finger on here, you can see that it just read it very, very quickly. So yes, we do have a notification LED light so that it gives you warnings for when you have a missed call. Each color symbolizes something different, and it's in fact right here. Something a little bit funny here about the V30 Pro is the fact that it comes with an FM radio app, and then it says connect to the earphones, but we don't have a headphone jack on this phone anywhere to be found. I'm assuming that you will have to connect it here via USB-C, but yes, that's a little bit of an inconvenience. It doesn't work unless you have your earphones on, but it doesn't have a 3.5mm headphone jack. Well, guys, that sums it up here for the Doogee V30 Pro. I think it is a decent phone for the money, and especially if you guys are looking for that huge, ridiculous battery. Well, this is it right here. Keep in mind that some of the cons of this particular device is the fact that we don't have wireless charging, and it doesn't have that headphone jack. And it is just missing a few things that most rugged devices are missing. Also, the speakers are not so great, even though they are stereo speakers, but they don't sound the way I thought that they were going to sound. But everything else is pretty much as described, guys. It is a true 5G phone, dual SIM card. You can also upgrade the memory. We get 512 gigabytes of internal memory and 32 gigabytes of RAM in separate partitions. So this phone for multitasking is going to be quite amazing. Also, the Dimensity 7050 chipset does provide the 5G for this particular device, and it is a power saver, so you're going to get, again, long battery range. With this being said, let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share. Click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos coming soon. See you later.